I didn't want to be doing that right when you went live. Good morning. It's Giving Day at Newman University. I am Kathleen Jagger, the president of Newman University.
And I'm Bob Beumer, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. And
we are here to do the auto interview on this Giving Day with questions from the audience or questions from our community.
Newman community. I'm afraid to
yeah, I'm not sure where these are going to go, but it could be fun.
I'm a little nervous.
Okay, Bob, are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
So you have the questions for me.
I have your questions.
All right, first question. Now I'm really nervous.
First question is, ooh, these are sticky. What does Bob Beaver like to eat?
My goodness, what do I like to eat? What don't I like to eat is the question.
Donut?
Donuts, I like to eat donuts. I guess my favorite food is probably Italian. I like a little spaghetti, some lasagna, some Parmesan, rigatoni, the whole works.
Carbs.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, then you got to go run it off, right?
You can see the carbs. All right, my first question from the community to President Jagger is, where did Kathleen Jagger grow up?
Where did I grow up? Well, I'm still growing up. So partly in Wichita, but originally I grew up in Chicago. In the Chicago suburbs.
Southern?
Northern suburbs, yes. Right. Evanston, Glenview, Wilmette. We moved around a little bit. So
you know what cold weather is.
I know what cold weather, and I know what wind
and wind is
from
too.
the Windy City. All right, are you ready for your number 2 question?
I'm ready for number 2.
Here we go. Who is Bob Beumer married to?
Bob Beumer is married to Debbie Harrison Beumer. Debbie and I met when we were in Little Rock. We were both working at the University of Arkansas Little Rock. She is originally from Jonesboro, Arkansas, northeast Arkansas, and I was from Minnesota. So we got the north and the south connection going.
And we have the privilege of Debbie being at Newman right now, don't we?
She is currently at Newman. She is working on a master's degree in higher education, and she's doing a practicum through the student affairs area. So she is
Sarah Mata.
Yes, she is enjoying her time here at Newman.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
And we have been married 20, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have started.
Got to get this right.
94 to 02 would be 28 years. It'll be 28 years this summer.
Right.
So right back at you. What is Kathleen Jagger's favorite food?
What is my favorite food? This is really a difficult question because I do enjoy eating. I would say it comes in categories. My favorite fruit is mangoes, but they have to be Filipino mangoes. I like lots of berries and other kinds of fruit, melons and so forth. Vegetables, I love, let's see, I love asparagus and most kinds of beans. So I don't know. I think fruits and veggies are my favorite. I do have a weak spot for bread, really good bread. Not the Wonder Bread that really is not for real, right? But good, wholesome bread. I think I have a short.
So I went with the carbs and all of the lasagnas and the Italian. And you went with the healthy food.
No, I can make vegetable lasagna. It's
there you go.
Yes. Okay. All right, you're on deck here.
All
Ready?
right. Number 3.
What is Bob Beumer's favorite sport and team?
My favorite sport team is really anything Minnesota.
So is this
Vikings,
favorite sport to watch or play?
I would say watch.
Okay.
Vikings, Twins, the Minnesota Wild hockey. Our son played soccer and was a pretty decent soccer player, and I really got into that. So I've watched recently a lot of the Major League Soccer, the United States Soccer League, Minnesota United, but also the European Soccer League. So I'm really getting into that. My favorite team probably hockey is still growing up in Minnesota. It's still a big thing. So Minnesota Wild are always.
As a Viking fans, how do you get on with our friend, the Packers fan in your area?
Yeah, Clark and I have a friendly rivalry. To have a rivalry, you have to have both teams win a few games, and you can't agree anymore.
Yeah.
But we have the. And number 3, what does Kathleen Jagger like to do when she's not working?
What do I like to do when I'm not working? Well, I love spending time with my husband, and we are fond of going to art galleries, looking at art. I love to bicycle, although I have not. The weather lately hasn't really lent itself to that very much. I love to travel when I'm not working, and I love to read. So those are some of the things. We also spend a good bit of time working out in our gardens.
Yes.
So that's always good.
A wide variety of interests.
Yes. Yes, we do. And I also like watching sports. So you talked about your favorite teams, but I have 2 boys that have played lots of different sports, and so we are big sports fans as well.
What is your favorite NFL team? Is it the Bears, or you follow them, or is it Cincinnati? I know you lived in Indiana, Ohio.
Yes, we were so many years. Kentucky. We were at University of Kentucky, and because of my husband's position there, taking care of their athletic teams, we followed a lot of the players from Kentucky into the NFL. So I grew up a Bears fan, became a Colts fan when we lived in Indianapolis, became a Bengals fan. We lived near Cincinnati. But I have favorite players that are all over the NFL. So it's a little bit difficult to pick a favorite
Watch the players more than the specific team.
Yes. All right, so who's on?
You're up.
Am I up?
Or I'm up.
You're up. Next question. Does Bob Beumer like the movie? What about Bob?
I've seen it. It's fine. I don't. It's not one of my favorite movies, but I don't dislike it. It's just
not barred in your household.
It's not barred, and it's not on my favorites list. You know, those movies that when they show up, you got to watch them all the time, or at least a little bit. It's not on much anymore. I haven't seen it, or maybe it is, and I just don't know it's on. But what is Kathleen Jagger's favorite movie?
Oh, this is impossible. I was asked this question once before, and I don't know. I like dramas. I like comedies. I like, the whole Lord of the Rings series, Star Wars, Jane Austen movies. There isn't a favorite. I don't think I can pick one. I like period pieces. I'm not so much into the really truly goofy comedies, but anyway, I don't think I could pick a favorite movie.
No Dumb and Dumber for you?
No, Dumb and Dumber is not my kind of movie. But let's just say the whole Star Wars trilogy, it has particular meaning because I went to the first Star Wars film when I was pregnant with my first son. So I remember exactly when it was, and we've been watching all of the different subsequent prequels and sequels to that ever since. So I think we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a great series.
Sci-fi's fun, and that's cool.
Good.
So, all right, so I got another one for you.
That looks like a short one.
Yeah.
Short question.
Could be short, can be dangerous. Does Bob Beumer cook?
Yes, I love to cook. I think I
partner up on this.
Yeah, I mentioned it something earlier in the semester. My challenge is I like to cook and I can follow a recipe all right. If I have to vary from the recipe, that's where I struggle a little bit. So I'm good at following directions. When I have to go off on my own, that's where I'm probably not as good. But
What's your favorite thing to cook?
God, we've got a number of staples that we do. Everything from chicken noodle soup, homemade stuff, to chili, to some northern dishes. We made a concoction of some cabbage and some hamburger and some
Cabbage
cheddar
great.
cheese soup and some rotel. It's very good.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Sounds good.
a little bit of everything. I love to cook.
All right.
And I love to eat, unfortunately. What is something Kathleen Jagger hates doing?
Something that I hate doing. Well, there's something that I don't do, so I guess you could say I hate doing, and that is playing golf. I grew up in a household where golf was discussed every night at the dinner table on the weekend, and I just got turned off to it. So I actually made my husband, when he proposed to me, promise. I said, I will marry you if you never ask me to play golf with
There
you.
you go, and you haven't.
We have done putt-putt golf.
But yeah.
But yeah, I don't like golf. If I want to engage in a sport, I really want to do something that's more vigorous than
Little tennis.
golf. And I don't mind walking around the neighborhood. I love tennis, yeah. But yeah, golf isn't my thing. All right.
I played once and I got mad at a shot and somebody told me I wasn't good enough to get mad. Oh. So there you go.
Ooh, that was a challenge.
Yeah. And
challenge.
she was right.
So are you golfing still?
No.
My husband and my sons are golfers, and my one son is a pretty good golfer. So I just passed it on, love of golf, to the next generation. Ooh, has Bob Beumer ever owned a Beamer?
No, I have not. That's kind of my standard joke. It's Beamer, but I drive a Ford. Nope, have never owned a Beamer. Never. My son does. My son has one, an older one, but no.
And I'm sure he gets plenty of jokes about it as well.
A little funny side fact: my sister, her email address is Susan BMW at
There you go.
something. So, no, never drove a Beamer. Can Kathleen Jagger sing?
Oh, I sing all the time. I sing in the shower. I sing in church. I was not gifted with a beautiful voice, but if God wanted me to sing with a different voice, He would have given me a different voice.
Oh.
So yes, I love music. My mother was a wonderful singer. I didn't inherit her talents, but I love to sing.
There you go.
Whether I can,
That would be me.
or maybe the better question is, does anybody want to listen to Kathleen sing? Probably not.
Well, we'll go on to the next one.
Okay.
We'll skip the, does anybody want to
Yes.
go on?
Where did Bob Beumer live before Wichita?
Before Wichita, I moved here from central Minnesota. I lived in the St. Cloud area for the past 14 years. So originally from that area, moved south for 20 years, lived in Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas, Missouri, but moved here from...
Moving on up to Wichita.
Yeah, moved here from central Minnesota.
Very good.
Is Kathleen Jagger a sports fan?
Absolutely. Love sports. Actually, my husband in his past life, because he was a team physician, almost all of our social life was at sporting events. So I love football, I love basketball. Our kids played a lot of different sports. They were basketball, football, soccer, baseball, lacrosse, hockey, swimming. So, as a mom, you learn to love lots of different sports. But yeah, I still enjoy watching some of my favorite sports team, especially the University of Kentucky basketball team.
If you're going to be there, you might as well enjoy it.
It's the most popular thing in Kansas.
Yeah.
So.
One KU is not as good as the other KU.
Oh,
And I'll let somebody
I have to
decide.
say this though, and I'm not. This is not just making up for my new locale. We traveled a lot with the UK team, including, to many Final Fours when we were in Lexington. And the fans that were the nicest fans, kindest, you could sit down in a restaurant next to them and they wouldn't harass you, were the KU fans.
Oh, nice.
So we always thought that the KU fans had a lot of class.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I won't mention some other teams that were not so classy. Okay, you ready? What is Bob Beumer's favorite outdoor activity?
Outdoor activity. I like to walk In the summer, we always have the last 14 years gone canoeing. So,
Border waters?
yeah, in the Boundary Waters canoe area.
Yes.
So I enjoy that part of it. Fishing, like to do that. So a little bit of everything.
Right.
Like being outside. Especially in Minnesota, where it lasts only a couple months a year.
Right.
You got to take advantage of it. So, what animal would Kathleen Jagger be?
What animal would Kathleen Jagger be? Well, I am a water person. So my guess is I would be something that lived in water. So perhaps, I don't know, a ray or a dolphin or something that loves to swim.
Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean animal.
Yes.
All right, good.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, no ocean nearby here. That's for vacation. Has Bob Beumer ever driven on a lake and survived to tell about it?
Yes, and we've only fallen through once, so that was a.
Did you really? Ice fishing?
So ice fishing, big big
gosh.
activity in Minnesota, and my wife always laughs because we'll drive by a lake and there'll be 40 cars on the lake with 40 fish houses or more. So it's a common occurrence. People drive on the lakes once the ice gets thick enough.
Yes.
It's common and it's safe. We did one time.
Except when you fall in.
We only fell through on the front part of the car and only up to like the axle, but it was driving along and there was a spring under some snow. You couldn't see it, and all of a sudden it went down.
My word.
And the doors opened and out we went, and like, oh, what's happening? And then we saw it was only like that far and backed up and drove around it.
Back out of it. Oh my gosh.
But at the time it felt like your old vehicle was going down.
Yes.
But yeah, that was interesting.
Be cautious driving on lakes.
I'm not doing that here. No. Did Kathleen Jagger ever meet Ashley Judd?
Well, Ashley Judd's a big University of Kentucky basketball fan, and I have seen her at many, many games. So, yeah, there's like a hospitality area where you see her occasionally.
Shake hands. And
Yes. I have met Ashley Judd. I don't know where that one came from.
Random Newman
right.
community. The last
Well,
one.
here's your last question. Can Bob Beaver say, "You betcha," in a Minnesota accent? Let's hear
Yes,
it.
I know where this one came from, but yeah, you betcha I can.
betcha. You betcha.
And I was joking with the person who came up with this. I can. The other saying is, we need to go get us some toast and donuts.
Toast and donuts.
Toast and donuts and a you betcha.
You betcha.
It's.
I get my best Minnesota on here.
You betcha. Would Kathleen Jagger ever go skydiving?
I don't think so.
No.
No, as much as I would love to be able to fly, I can't. And I'm not sure I would trust the parachute. Yeah, I would jump from a very high place into water, into a lake or an ocean or something. But to just, no. Flying in the sky, relying on parachute, I'm not that game.
It would be interesting until you got to the door. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun.
Yes.
I hope you know a little more about Bob and Kathleen
Yes.
and our great adventures.
And
So,
don't forget, today, like we said at the beginning, is Newman Giving Day. You can make your gift at newman.edu/giving day. As of 8:30, we were at $5,500 and about 30 gifts, I believe. Remember, we have the match, $15,000 match, so that $5,500 that was given so far is already over $10,000. So we're trying to raise as much as we can in a single day, and we need your help. So please, newman.edu/giving day.
help us support our students, have a great experience, and earn a degree of difference at Newman.
Thank you.